Hi guys, it's Amy with A2Z Stamping, and today I'm going to make a cute little birthday card using the Flower Shop stamp set. This is a really sweet stamp set. It just comes with these 6 flowers, and there are no sentiments with this set, but I just love these flowers the first time I saw them. There is a coordinating flower punch that cuts them out perfectly. So anyway, I'm going to show you a cute little card with this. Alright, so the first thing we need is some scrap Whisper White cardstock, and I already picked out the flowers I'm gonna stamp, so I've got them all here on my blocks. And where's my scrap paper here? All right, so I just have some scraps because we're gonna punch them out. Okay, and I'm gonna be stamping them in Peekaboo Peach Ink. All right, so I actually have 2 on this block here. So I'm going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp 1, and I'm going to stamp this one here, 2, okay, and let me grab my scrub, just clean these 2 off, 1 and 2, okay, so I can put those away, and then I have 2 more. I wanted to do 4 different flowers, so we've got 1, and let's do this one, and 2. All right, and I'll clean these 2 off. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay. All right, and so I'm done with all that. And then I want to stamp a sentiment. I am making a birthday card, so I grabbed the Happy Birthday Gorgeous stamp set, and I'm just going to be using the little happy birthday there. And I'm gonna stamp that. I've got that right here. Happy birthday. And I'm just gonna stamp that right on there. There we go. All right, and that will be all my stamping. So I'm going to close up my ink. I'm actually gonna stick it away so I don't lose it. And I'm gonna put my happy birthday back in here. All righty. Okay, so with the happy birthday, I'm going to cut this out with the classic label punch. So you just line that up and punch. Okay, so I need that for my card. Close up my punch here. And then now I'm going to cut out my 4 flower, or punch them out with the flower punch. So if you notice here, I know there's a bit of a reflection. Or let's turn it upside down. So if you kind of look and see how the punch, how the flowers are, it'll be a lot easier to line it up. So I always notice this one facing closest to my thumb. It has the first little loop, and then it has a second one that has kind of 2 little tiny bumps. So I look for that part on the flower. So on this flower, it's this one right here that has the 2 little tiny bumps. That way it's a lot easier for me to line it up. And I'm actually gonna have to cut this down a little bit. It's a little bit too wide. But I can line it up then perfectly in here. Line it up. Come on. And punch. Okay, so I've got 1. So I have 1 flower. Okay, let's line this one up. I'm probably gonna have to cut this one down as well. So I'm just gonna go around. There we go. And 2. Okay. Come on. Punch that one out. And then these 2, let's see. This one here goes like this. Come on. I just want to line it up and punch. And finally this one right here. I'm actually going to cut this. The part I need is way over on this side. All right. There we go. And line this one up like so, and punch. All right, so there's my 4 flowers I want to use. I'm just going to throw away all these scraps. Remember, our punches, you just press them and they store flat, so you can store a whole bunch on top of each other, which is quite nice. All right, and now I can put my card together. So I'm going to start here. Oh, I need one more thing before I put my card together. Going to grab a piece of Whisper White cardstock. So I need a piece of Whisper White cardstock cut at 5, and let's see what I want to cut it at. I want to cut it at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and I'll show you why it has that weird measurement in just a second. All right, here we go. I used it. I had it already cut and then I used it. All right, so I'm starting with a piece of Peekaboo Peach cardstock, and this is cut at 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and we're just gonna fold that in half for our standard card. Grab my bone folder here. Okay. And next I'm going to take this piece of Whisper White cardstock, again, that we cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, because I wanted, that's half of what we would normally do for standard matting, because I wanted just barely the Peekaboo Peach showing around my edge. So you want to be really careful. So it's just the tiniest little amount showing. Well, it'd be about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, next, I'm actually gonna have to grab my big shot here. I have a piece of Peekaboo Peach cardstock, and this is 1/8 inch smaller than the white. So this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, exactly. And it's gonna go right there, but before I stick it on there, I wanna emboss it with this, I forget the name, is it the polka dots? It's at the bottom of the screen, this embossing folder here. So I'm gonna go ahead and line that up in my embossing folder, close it, and I will grab my big shot here. It just has my big shot platform, a cutting plate. You always feed it in with the side that's closed, not the side that opens. You feed the side that's closed in, and then I'm just gonna run it through. All right, and that's it for that. Okay, and this is embossed. Isn't that so cute with the polka dots? Really cute. Okay, now anything that's embossed, I like to use fast fuse to adhere, just so I don't get any curling, and I always do all 4 edges. Oops, come on, fast fuse, work with me here. Now I fast fuse to my own hands. This stuff is very strong, so sometimes that happens. Come on. You just go with your thumb until you feel the sticky again, and then you start again. There we go. Okay. And so really careful. Remember, you're only going to have a 1/8 inch showing, so you want to line it up very carefully. All right, that looks good. So see there? Isn't that cute? All right, next I have 4 Whisper White squares. And these are cut at 1 3/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch. Let me just measure to make sure. Oh, no, 1 1/2. These are 1 1/2 by 1 1/2, and I have 4 of them. And I'm going to flip them all over and put adhesive. On all 4 of them. Okay, and these are going to go right here on my, let's see. So I'm going to go 1 right there and 1 right next to it. Okay, and then these 2. So just do your best to line it up and eyeball it. It doesn't have to be totally perfect. Okay, so there's our 4 squares, and now we're going to take our flowers, and I'm going to flip them over, and I'm going to stick a dimensional on the back of each of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You could do more dimensionals if you want to, but I found just 1 in the middle seems to work fine. It is possible the leaves will bend down if you stack a lot of things on them, but that doesn't bother me. Okay, so I'm gonna go, let's see, this one's gonna go right here. This one's gonna go right, let's see here. Actually, I'm gonna do this. This one's gonna go right here. And this one's gonna go right here. Okay, cute, right? But I have a couple more things I want to do. All right, with my little happy birthday, I'm going to stick some snail across the back. And the happy birthday is going to go right here across this flower. Right there. All right, then I took some of this Peekaboo Peach. This is the Crinkled seam ribbon, but what I did is I took a piece and then I cut it in half lengthwise to make it a little bit thinner piece. And I'm just going to tie a standard bow. Okay, and I want to make it pretty small. Okay, that looks good. Like this. Okay, pull it pretty tight. I'm going to just trim my end there. Trim that one and trim this one. Okay, so I just have a little tiny bow, and I'm going to take a glue dot, stick that right on the back, and the bow is going to go on this flower here. Okay, and then finally I have these, I don't know what these are called either, but they're at the bottom of the screen. They're some sort of embellishments in the 2016-18 ink colors, and they're sparkly, and there's like stars and hearts and flowers and different things like that. It comes in all those ink colors, and these are Peekaboo Peach. So I'm going to grab one of the little sparkly hearts, and I'm going to grab, I think they're called acrylic shapes, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of my multi-purpose glue and dot it right here on just along the edge. That's all I need. A couple dots. The hardest part here is going to be picking it up, and I'm going to stick my heart right there. Oh, come on, right here on this flower, and it will eventually dry and stay right on there. And that is my card. Isn't that so cute? And here's one I did earlier. So see, same cute little bow. There's my little heart. And so remember, if you ever have ribbon that's maybe ½ inch thick or something, cut it in half. Make it a thinner bow. Isn't that little bow so cute? I thought this card turned out really darling. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel and find me on Facebook, A2Z Stamping. Thanks, guys. Bye.